Alright, now to make sure that's working. Cool. Hey guys, how you doing? It's me. Hi, it's Tech. How you doing? Uh, here we are again. Really, I don't really know what to say. How about we jump into what was skipped over, shall we say? Um, yeah, I made actually more notes than what's there on the side. So here, the important ones are what's on the side, quote unquote important. Um, yeah, so I guess in order of how things happen. Uh, Immediately the first difference that I noticed was Rin makes on their like rooftop date that they went on, that Rin and Shiro did, instead of Sakura, poor girl. Rin made a crack about Shiro jorking his peanuts to a girl he likes instead of just like teasing him about getting nervous around girls in general, which I thought was kind of weird for Tosaka to say, but whatever. Um, and then because I'm actually hearing the voices in the other version, I could hear Kirie's voice actor really fucking going for it when in the Mapo Tofu scene. Just he is making out with that microphone, and like good for him, but like that's a bit much for me. Also, the Chinese chef sounds like the girl for some reason. No one in specific. Sounded kind of young. I don't know. Maybe it was just like a joke voice they were doing. But the important big thing, is that Shinji specifically names the basement worms as lust worms that specifically kill dudes and like eat the bone marrow from their spines, I think, and do look, I have no idea what Twitch will or will not allow me to say, so I'm going to err on the side of caution. They do things, ungentlemanly things, to ladies before eating them. Uh, Things you may see out of a doujin, but I'm not going to go there. Not any farther, anyway. Um, Shinji is notably less repulsed by the task at hand slash the situation. Something that I find that's really interesting. That's an interesting difference between Heaven's censored version of Heaven's Feel and the version that we're reading, or the uncensored version, I guess, is they make Shinji more of a active participant. Seems weird, like phrasing on that. It's more like they want him to make him even less sympathetic than he could already probably be by just kind of really amping up his jerk factor. And like he's really a huge shithead, but like he is something else in the other version, and like it's all about word choice. It's all about like word choice and tone. It's very subtle. I really wouldn't even have caught it if not for the fact that I'm kind of reading both side by side. And I mean like literally when I do the uncensored reading, I have this version pulled up on a different screen. Also, he threatened. So when they're doing the basement scene, you could hear the voices, and it's very obviously Shinji and Sakura. I'm gonna do the nice non-spoiler thing and like continue to dance around the topic and pretend like I don't know what's going on with Sakura, at least in terms of like her status in this war. But it was Shinji threatening Sakura with quote unquote revealing everything, or whatever that means. I don't know what kind of dirt Shinji has on Sakura. It's probably not like it's probably really bad. Let's be honest. But that's kind of it in terms of like any of the major changes. The one that surprised me the most was the fact that there was no change for Zokin's worms eating that lady, especially after I read about what the worms do to ladies. But no, the only thing that changed in that scene was they changed the picture. I would show you, but I'm not sure that Twitch would like that too much, or YouTube, which I'm putting this on later. So like, they look less phallic. They changed them to make them look less phallic, and they gave them like horns and stuff, which is an interesting choice. But really, that's it. That's it this round anyway. So that out of the way, and we have come to an understanding. Why don't we load right in? Sakura complains. Not like she don't have a lot to complain about. Hot water. February 7th. Heavens feel. Be light. It's morning. It's a little past 7 o'clock. Pure white sunlight shines in through the window. I'm alright. I sit up and stretch. I feel great. My limbs move fine, and I don't have a headache. My body's in perfect condition, as if the fever yesterday never happened. Then it must have just been heartburn. Jesus, really? I sigh, and I think it's over. Think it over, sorry. I need more training if I'm losing consciousness just by recalling the events 10 years ago. My memory is vague, but I do remember Saber helping me walk home and putting me to sleep. I see. I'll have to go and thank her. I get out of my futon and change into my uniform. I bet she's still sleeping, so I'll thank her during breakfast. It's 7 o'clock already, so I'll go greet Sakura in the living room. Senpai. Sakura has her bag. Breakfast was ready as well. Table wiped clean, ready for us to eat at any time. Huh? Breakfast is already prepared? Oh, yes. I've made some for you and Saber-san since I had the time. For me and Saber, what about you? Oh, I'm fine. I'm going to school, so please have breakfast with just the two of you. What's wrong, Sakura? It's weird for you not to eat when you've made some for us. Did something happen yesterday? Seems like I guessed right. But nothing happened yesterday. Sakura went to her room after dinner and that's it. I think something happened after that, but I don't really remember too well because of my nausea. Oh, I think you and Saber were talking here. I didn't hear too well, but did nothing happen then? I said something awful. I got angry because of the terrible condition you were in. You said something awful to Saber? Yes, but I was in no position to tell her such a thing. But I treated Saber-san as if she was the only one at fault. I can't face her today, so... That's why she made breakfast and wants to leave before Saber wakes up? I'm sorry, Senpai. I realized my foolishness right away and apologized to her. But Saber-san apologized to me instead. Even though I'm at fault, she said it's because of her carelessness. She hangs her head. I see. She must feel more self-hatred because Saber apologized to her than she would, when she'd be the one apologizing. Man, you both are pretty silly, and it's my fault since I'm the one who got hurt. You two couldn't have thought over such a thing. But Senpai, It's fine. Look, she doesn't give in even if the other person is at fault. She'll yell back at you if you're being unreasonable. If she's apologizing, it means she sees your point. I'm sure Saber won't say it, but she likes you. She cares for anyone who tries hard. Yes, but I should reserve myself all the more. Since Saber-san didn't scold me, I have to scold myself or I'll get carried away. That's some, like, really bleak, I guess? It's a woof. Sakura bows to hide her embarrassment. It seems she's going to school early no matter what. I don't know if it's like a Japan thing or like a situation thing, but like, damn. That's I've noticed it all throughout this route. Sakura has like some horrible, horrendous negative self-talk. Anyway, man, I won't stop you if you say so. But what are you going to do? What are you going to do at school so early? Morning practice is suspended right now. It's fine. I'm gonna clean the dojo. I said such an awful thing to Saber-san, so I'm gonna scrub through the floor as punishment. Sakura leaves with a goodbye. Cleaning the dojo? But it's pretty hard on you to scrub the floor during wintertime. I guess that's the point. What did she say to Saber to make her go so far? What? No. What? A quarrel between Sakura and me? Huh? Didn't you two argue? Sakura was apologizing. Now that you mention it, that may have seemed that way, but Sakura was correct, and she merely pointed out my lack of consideration. Mm. Wow. Saber's deep in thought. Not only that, she's pondering so much that she's eating at incredible speed. I'm sorry if I said something weird. Sakura seemed so worried about it that I ended up worried too. If it's not a big deal, just forget about it. Jeez, you and Sakura are saying the same thing. You're not telling me you two are playing a prank on me. Hey, we wouldn't play such an elaborate prank on you. What good would that be for us? I don't even want to think about what happened if I did play a joke on her and she found out about it. It's true, and you must simply be concerned for each other. Muttering to herself, Saber digs into another omelet. It's good to be able to eat a lot in the morning. But what did Sakura say? It takes a lot to get her that depressed. Is it alright if I ask? Uh, Um, she merely pointed out my inadequacy as a servant. In short, she told me that I could not protect you because I did not have the skill. If you're doing more than I can ask. What happened last night was my own fault. You really can't blame yourself for it. That's true, but Sakura's criticism is correct. The problem is me, because I cannot assent. I will continue taking you to battle no matter what she tells me. She looks away awkwardly. Um, something's weird. Why is Saber so preoccupied with something that we've agreed on? The residents grew suspicious and requested that the area be investigated. The news is on. I turned on the TV and found it broadcasting about an incident last night. They found over 30 unconscious people who were immediately taken to the hospital. This is the seventh such incident this month, and the medical examination still believes the cause to be similar of food poisoning. Really? Wow. I finish breakfast and get ready for school. I'm gonna go see Tosaka. I have to talk to her about what happened last night. About Mata Zoken and that black shadow. The incident has spread to South Miyama, 4th Avenue. The police believe the cause may be a, a spreading chemical spill. Interesting. South Miyama, 4th Avenue. That's the direction Tosaka was staring at yesterday. Archer said the shadow is the cause of the incidents. Over 30 people are in comas. I've experienced what they're going through firsthand. That shadow's sucking magical energy from the people in this town, just like Castor. No, it's worse than that. Castor was gentle, considerate compared to that thing. Castor took care not to harm her victims so that she can continue to drain them. It's like collecting blood with a syringe. That thing is different. That thing was not collecting blood like Castor, that thing was eating. The Black Shadow is mercilessly feeding on magical energy along with people's minds. Saber, I want to talk to you before I go to school. We're talking right now, Shiro. What is it? Saber is watching the news as well. Saber quietly questions me in the callways, even though she should know what I want to talk about. It's about a future plan of action. You saw that thing too, right? Yes. I've never seen its like, not resembling any of the fantasy race. Right. I don't know what that thing is, but it's our enemy. It didn't look like a master or a servant, but it attacked me and Tosaka, and now it's sucking magical energy out of the people in town. Then... So our current priority is searching for that shadow? We are to fight something that is neither a master nor a servant? Saber's stare is painful. Her goal is to obtain the Grail, but I'm asking her to get involved in something completely unrelated. It's natural for her to protest, but still. Yeah, I can't ignore that shadow. I think this is more important than the Grail War. Saber silently stares at me. And when I start to think I can't bear it any longer. Jeez, I knew this was going to happen. I do not want to concern myself with that shadow, but... Saber... is it alright? My opinion does not matter, because you will try to do something by yourself even if I refuse. I will be putting the cart before the horse. I cannot stay in this world if you die. I can only obey, even if I am against your proposal. You are right, but... And I do not know how many more times you will be reckless. If I leave you by yourself, it will be the second time last night. That was the second time last night, so the third will certainly happen. I'll have to apologize to Sakura again if that happens. Then... I am very reluctant, but servants obey their masters. I will lend you my sword if that is your decision. Saber. But Shiro, that shadow is no ordinary opponent. It would be easier to fight Berserker than it. Yeah, I kind of felt that too. It's not a matter of being strong or not, that thing is just ominous. I don't think we can beat it just by striking it. If you understand, then there's nothing else to say. But Shiro, to oppose that thing is to go down the most difficult path. Please keep that in mind. Well, of course I'll be careful, but why are you saying such a thing? Do you know what the shadow is, like Archer does? No, like you, I know nothing about it. Saber looks away. And says... I vaguely feel that it is the ill star itself. It is like an inescapable curse that destroys everything. As if to express her ominous premonition. Let's start homeroom. Go ahead. Day duty. Wait. Akiyawa-kun's absent, and my Mono-san's absent too? Alright, I guess I'll go ahead. Stand up, everyone. Homeroom starts. There are more absent people giving the room a listless feel. Well, I think the whole school's probably like this. Fujini lately continues homeroom, but I don't see her usual spirit either. So you can't have any club practices after school. That's all I have to tell you. Oh, your first period teacher, Kuzuki-sensei is absent, so you have to self-study. I brought you all a handout, so work on that, everyone. Yeah, Kuzuki's dead now, that sucks. I kind of like Kuzuki, but he doesn't really have a whole lot going on. Everyone unanimously cheers and starts moving their desks. Fujini doesn't care if people work on the handout or not, so everyone's free to do anything as long as they don't go out of the classroom, but... Shiro? So why is she beckoning me to come see her in the hallway in such a weird manner? What, Fujini? It's last time, you know? Yeah, but I couldn't see you this morning, right? So I got really worried, and I was wondering if you were alright. What's this all of a sudden? What are you so uneasy about? I don't really know. Just have this hunch. Anytime I get this hunch, you could get run over by a car or fall off a bridge, so I'm wondering if you're alright. Man, that's normal. If you call that dangerous, I've been in danger all my life. Yeah, but I'm just worried. It feels like there's a train we have to get on together, but you're still at the platform and I'm waving goodbye to you. That's pretty concrete. So you woke up after that? Oh, you can tell? I woke up late because of that. I'm speechless. So she didn't come to my house because she just woke up late? Well, I'll forgive her since that's just what I expect from Fujini. Don't worry, I'm like always. You got dark circles under your eyes, Fujini. You need more sleep. Huh? Well, yeah, it was busy yesterday, and it looks like it'll be busy today as well. I don't think I'll be able to go over to your place since I'll be working overtime for a while, much as I hate to say it. You don't have to make meals for me. What? That's all. Go work on the handout. You're not doing too well in social studies, so you might fall if you don't go study hard. Fujini cheerfully waves goodbye and leaves. I don't have to cook for her? Well, that makes things easier, but it's a little disappointing, too. I feel empty, as if my normal everyday life has disappeared. The clowns have been shooed out. Yeah, I agree with you. I can't ignore that shadow either. I don't know the mage behind it, but I can't let him run freely on my land. So, can we still keep our peace? Of course. We don't have much of an option until we eliminate the shadow. Our conversation ends really quickly. I went to Tosaka's classroom, 2A, during lunchtime to go get her. I told her I wanted to do something about that, black shadow, and her answer was simple. What do you want to do? Should we patrol together tonight or do things separately? Let's see. I agree. We should divide the workload. You can keep doing your nightly patrols, and investigate any place that you or Saber think is strange. I'll go after Zoken while you move around in the open. Mato Zoken? Does he have something to do with the shadow? Who knows? It doesn't seem likely since Zoken was more terrified than any of us, but something's bugging me. Well, we can't let him be, regardless. He's acting suspicious, controlling Castor's corpse and making a non-mage like Shinji into a master. I see. You're right. Come to think of it, we joined hands against Castor, so we can't ignore that old man. Right. Let's fight that shadow after everything else is taken care of. Even if you find it, just investigate it. We have to prepare before we go for the kill. Okay, well what are you gonna do? You say you're going to follow Zoken, but do you know where he is? Huh? Oh, I don't know where he is, but I'm gonna go to the Mato household. My family's connected to them, so I'm more qualified. Tosaka states it simply. But her plan isn't that simple. Oh, go to the Mato household? That means you're marching into the enemy base. I know. Why are you so surprised about that? I'm not going there to fight, I'm just going to investigate. What? Are you stupid? What if Zoken ambushes you? I can't let you go alone. I'll go too, so don't be so reckless. Hey, you're the one being rash here. I told you, I know the Mato family. I know their magic, and I can tell how strong Zoken is from yesterday's battle. He's no match for me. That old mage has used most of his magical energy to maintain his body, so he doesn't have a direct way to attack me. It'll actually be convenient if he came at me head-on, and Shinji's harmless because he's not a master anymore. Well. You can leave the stale fight between mages to me. You go ahead and collect information. I can't talk back if she can declare it like that. Archer's gonna be with her, so I shouldn't worry that much. Alright, I'll leave Zoken to you. Saber and I will look for the shadow. Yes, please do. And, Emi-kun, Sakura's at your house, right? Yeah, she's staying over. What about it? No, it's nothing. I'm just relieved to hear that. It wouldn't be too good if she happened to be at the mansion when I go, right? Oh, yeah, you're right. I'm surprised. That was really thoughtful, Ren. Hey, why are you looking so surprised? What kind of a person did you think I was? Well, I thought she was like a storm, coming and going in a flash. I don't care what you think of me. Anyway, I'm going to take care of Mato, so you stay quiet in your house until nightfall. Alright, I'll leave you to it. Good frame with Saber. There's still some time until the sun sets. I get up and head to the door. Lunch break is almost over, so I should go back soon. Later, Tosaka. Let's meet again here tomorrow. Yes, let's exchange what we've learned. Oh, but Emi-kun. Tosaka grins. Oh no, she's gonna say something weird. It's bad when she smiles like that. I get a bad feeling and hurry for the door, but I don't know about training. Isn't there something else you could do with your free time? Like caring for that girl living under your own roof? I'm within range. What are you saying, idiot? Sakura's nothing like that. I'm just having her stay over while Shinji's in a bad mood. Oh, I meant you should let Saber get some rest. That's unexpected. Sakura was the first one to come to your mind when I mentioned the word girl. She grins. Uh, what? I can feel my face burning. I feel like my brain is boiling. I half expect steam to come out, shooting out of my ears. I'm just joking. I'm just getting back at you. Would you like that? No. Oh shit, what the fuck? Hey now, I doubt your sanity if you liked such a thing. Strength escapes my body. I feel like a marionette whose strings have been cut. This is all verbiage he's used before to explain how he's dying. Alright, that's your weak spot. I guess it was an ill-natured joke. You're the one that's ill-natured. I'm going ahead. Yes, please go right ahead. I'll stay and laugh for a little bit longer. Damn you! See you tomorrow, Tosaka! I stalk back into the building, slamming the door behind me. Damn it. Tosaka's starting to have fun by mocking me. What did she mean by liking it? Me liking it? First of all, what have I done to deserve this kind of treatment? Pardon me. School ends and I quickly head home. Since all the after-school clubs have been cancelled, the front gate is crowded with students. I look around, but I don't see Tosaka. I bet she's already heading for the Mato household. Senpai, are you looking for someone? Huh? I was just looking at the school. It's rare for everyone to go home like this, right? You're right. But we can go home together because of that. Should we stop by the shopping district? Yeah, let's go get some stuff for dinner. Fujini can't come over for a while, so it'll be just me, you, and Saber. We stop by the park after shopping. There's no one here. No children playing around. No silver-haired girl in fruit. That's weird. There's no one here. Is this place not used that often? I guess that's how it is. There were people here until the sun set when I was a kid, but I guess that's how it is now, except for the holidays. I see. It's kind of lonely. I agree and look up at the sky. The evening sky. The madder red sky without any birds looks lonely, just like the park. Let's go. You don't get this time off very often, so we should relax. We leave the park. With an energetic reply, Sakura follows after me. Oh shit. Interlude 8-1. And the girl, Osaka Rin, reaches her destination. The Mato household. The workshop of the old family of mages who came to this town 200 years ago. Even though her family gave them land as a cooperator, the Mato family are outsiders they never concerned themselves with. The two families formed a non-aggression pact and bound themselves to not be concerned with each other's affairs. She walks on, uncaring. If there was a pact forbidding the two families to associate, it was broken 11 years ago. It was originally formed by the heads of the two families. They had abided by it for 200 years, though its purpose had been forgotten. Neither Tosaka nor Mato have obtained the Holy Grail during that time. The pact was made to obtain the Grail. But since their wish never came true, there's no reason to follow such an ancient pact now. She strides through the front door without ringing the doorbell. She did not come here as a guest. She came here as a master to eliminate one of her competitors in this game. Does she already know? Ah, shit. Well, that's true, but Ren searches throughout the Mato household with a sour expression. The Holy Grail War provided her with a reason to come here. Therefore, she's not bound by the pact between families. Even though she persuades herself, she cannot change her personality. I see. This is the first time I've gone against my dad's instructions. She mutters to herself. But it's nothing special. It's not like something important was destroyed by disobeying her father. If she regrets anything. How stupid of me. I should have came here earlier when if I was going to break the pact anyway. It's the remorse toward someone who has endured it for over 10 years. Ren, it's about the layout of the house. There are 2 blank areas. Huh? Where is that? Is it on the first floor? The second. It's a bit small to be a stairway, but it probably goes down to the basement. Okay. By the way, have you noticed it, Archer? Of course, but it shouldn't be harmful. If you choose to ignore it, I will as well. Our target is then monster. She nods to his words and goes to the second floor. Even though the Red Knight is not visible, he is by her side. She brought him in case of combat, but it seems he takes notice of such small details. There we go. After traversing the house once, he has come up with a blueprint and can point out where the empty spaces are. Very handy. Ren has come to realize that Archer is skilled in analyzing the design and structure of objects. I wonder why that is. I've been thinking, that strong point of yours isn't suited for an archer. You can whine later. Here, cut it open. It's dark, so watch. They stop talking. From the opening in the wall, damp air flows out of the pathway to the basement. The rotten smell is unbearable, even for Archer, who has not taken form. They come down a damp stone paving. A murky greenish darkness engulfs them. The numerous holes must be to bury dead people. In these stone chambers, the corpses decomposes and fade away, leaving the holes empty to await their next occupant. It's like the process of the burial above ground. The only difference is the process of decomposition. It's not the soil that decomposes the corpse here, but the writhing mass of worms. This is the training ground of the Mato, the Makiri. She gets dizzy. It's not because of disgust or chill. It is anger that causes her to shudder, repent, and vomit. This is the training ground. A place like this is used as a training ground. This space containing rotten moisture, the smell of corpses and infinite worms is the room given to the successor of the Mato family. This whole thing is going to be changed in the other one. I can't wait. Anytime the worms are... Why can a word learn in such a place? The only thing here is breeding stock. Ugh. Worms to breed, worms to raise, worms to train. The people of the Mato trained, urged, and bred their successor with these worms. How different is this world from her own. The cold-hearted ways, the difficulty of the tasks, and the pain of the engraved magic circuit. She's not comparing the severity as the successor. If one is to talk about burdened sufferings and the harshness, hers is incomparable. She overcame more difficulties and hardships than anyone. That is why she is a genius mage and an average one, the user of the 5 elements that the Mages Association is accepting as a scholarship student. Good for her. And they don't look like that in the other one. If one orders her to command these worms in this room, she'll be able to create a superior spell in half a year. Rin can create a spell that the successor of the Mato family has been unable to create even after 10 years. But this method of learning is madness. If asked whether she could withstand being violated by those worms, she could only hesitate. The inheritance of the magic here is not a study, but a torture. A magic that is not taught to the mind, but to the body. It is how the Macaries pass their magic, and this is the preference of the old mage, Matozoken. Therefore, to be chosen as a successor of the Mato family means to be tortured forever. Rin? Oh, Rin. I know. Zoken isn't here. He either ran away or has another secret base. Either way, there aren't any clues here, so we should get going. She leaves the stone room, suppressing her urge to scream. Her footsteps fade. And after that, the worms swarm around what she's vomited out. Oh, she actually did vomit. I thought we were talking like metaphorically. Ugh. She returns to the ground floor. Her business finished, she makes for the door and... Shinji, you're there, aren't you? It's no use hiding. She calls out to the person hiding in the other secret pathway. Tosaka, you... I was going to ignore you and go home, but I've changed my mind. Let's talk a bit, Mato-kun. Mato Shinji glares at Rin, but follows her request. He's obviously afraid of her. His fear is not because of facing a master and a servant, but rather because of the threatening attitude she's taking. Don't kid me, I have nothing to talk about. First of all, the Tosaka family shouldn't associate with the Mato family. Why are you here? Oh, we both go to the same school. I don't think it's strange for me to come over. Don't make me laugh. You break the lock, search through my house, and then call it coming over? So I guess it's true that you lost your manners after your dad died. What a pack of morons. Since when did the Tosaka family start acting like burglars? I found it again. It's right there. Is that how I looked? That's not such a bad idea. There's nothing worth stealing, but burglars do more than that, don't they? They go into violent rages when they're found. Yes, I do want to act like a burglar right now. He's joking. She isn't smiling at all. Tosaka Rin is coldly staring at Mato Shinji, who has his back to the wall. You idiot! You're wrong! I have nothing to do with Zoken! I didn't even know what that old bastard was doing until now. That's definitely going to be changed. Yeah, so why did you become a master? That's because... A gritting sound. Even though he is cornered by Tosaka, he swallows his words. He's willing to tell her anything she wanted to know about the old man. The girl is dangerous right now. There's no telling what she'll do if he keeps quiet. In the worst case, she might simply kill him out of rage. Because... He can't say it. Telling her why he became a master is like asking for death. Even if... Then I'll say it for you. You just wanted to act like a mage. You're a failure and can't be a mage, so you wanted the Holy Grail to make you one. You have no other goal. You're a coward that wanted proof to hide your powerlessness. It's something trivial for others. Tosaka, you... Am I wrong? You didn't have a magic circuit even though you were born to the Mato family. But it's not your fault. The Mato blood was fading away anyway. The duty of the Mato family as the Seeker was fading away from the time you people came here. But you persisted. You thought it was special to be special, and you demanded something you didn't need. You can't be a mage even if you obtained a magic circuit like that. You clung to the special right that should have been given to you. Don't talk like you know everything! Talk bullshit! I can't be a mage! How do you know that? I can tell. I can say with certainty that you will never be a mage, even if you do obtain the Grail. You just don't have the talent. That's the difference between you and Emiya-kun. What? His jaw drops. That name is unexpected from Mato Shinji. Oh, that's right, in the other routes he didn't know. Until just now, I guess. It's fine if Rin Tosaka opposes him as a master. He expected that. But it cannot be possible for Emiya Shiro's name to come from her lips. Oh, that's right, he did know. Or at least suspected, maybe. But this is him. This is their confirmation that like they're working together. I guess he's just an amateur. He isn't from a family of mages, nor is he suited to be a master. It's too much for him to have Saber. So why is his name coming out of Tosaka's Rin's mouth? What? Stop that, Tosaka. What are you talking about, Emiya? Why are you talking about Emiya? Because he's stronger than you, and he has the right qualities to be a mage. Emiya Shiro has something Mato Shinji does not. Yeah, he doesn't have the talent just like you, but he has the quality to be a mage. He's the best at it, and it's something he won't lose in. He's the best? Him? Don't make me laugh, Tosaka! There's nothing he has that I don't have. He is the one who got nothing. It's the lucky bastard that made a contract with Saber. Shinji's hatred for Shiro must have blown his fears away as he now faces Rin straight on. The girl sighs and shrugs her shoulders. I see. I guess you really are beyond help if you don't understand after all this. I thought I'd hold you responsible, but you're not even worth it. I'll let you go, so run to the church before Emi-kun beats you. She turns her back on him, telling him she has no business here. She heads for the door, not even bothering to treat Shinji as an enemy. I'm inferior to Emiya? His voice burns with hatred. He can do nothing but watch her go. He'll surely be killed if he attacks her here. Even Mato Shinji can see the difference in their powers. Archer's just waiting for a reason. He's like right there waiting, bro. Just give him a reason. Tosaka! You! Her voice is filled with deep resentment. Jeez, I guess it can't be helped. He stops and says goodbye to the boy that used to be the successor. Fine. This is the end, so I'll tell you. Those who aim further for others' sake, those who think of others before themselves, and those who hate themselves more than anyone. These are the qualities of a mage. There's a place you can't reach, no matter how much talent you have. I never thought anyone would meet this condition. This is a contradiction you can only have if you're born broken. Shinji, you're a good example of someone who nurtures a needless inferiority complex by despising others. You love yourself so much that you believe everyone else below you, even when they're superior in every way. You're empty inside. The only ones who thinks you're full is you. And you're just like a balloon. Your destination changes depending on the wind. Do you understand? One such as you was unfit to be a mage. A servant would never obey such a person. Ooh. This world is unrelated to you. No matter how much you consider yourself to be a master, you can never be a master. The sound of retreating footsteps. Tosaka Rin leaves Mato Shinji alone in the dark room. He drops down the wall. Mato Shinji crumples down like a puppet with his strings cut and keeps laughing. Hey, yeah, see? I hear word that phrase gets used a lot in the other visual novels too. I guess it's just a thing they like. I see. So that's how it is. His tongue licks over dry lip. A dull sound. The boy smacks his head hard against the wall behind him as if trying to break his skull. In short, he just has to In short, he just has to disappear. Right, Tosaka? Oh, wait, no, I see. In short, he just has to disappear. Right, Tosaka? His lecture continues. Interlude. Out. Shinji's on a warpath. That's gonna kill him. Oh, I can't wait till he kills himself on us. Alright, Sakura. Rock, paper, scissors. I stick out a clenched fist. Sakura extends an open palm. I have rock. Sakura has paper. Ugh. Alright, I won. Hmm. I wonder what that sounds like. Anyway. Oh. Need to reset my voice here for a second. Just give me some time. And some warm water. I look at my fist. I did it again. Why do I have to use rocks as my first move?
I'll be cooking dinner. Please relax and watch TV or something, Senpai.
Sakura skips off to the kitchen. She must be happy that she gets to make dinner all by herself. Man, I guess it can't be helped. I promise whoever wins gets to cook dinner. Usually it's the opposite arrangement, but like these two are just like freaks like that, I guess. I take off my apron and sit down. I don't know about other people, but cooking dinner seems to be like a favorite pastime for us. God, I wish that were me. It's not really true for me, but Sakura always wants to cook by herself. It's good in a way, but as her senpai, I can't really let her do all the work. So when we're both bored, like today, we fight over who gets to cook. Well, I have nothing to do. Guess I'll just drink tea. I brew some tea and sit at the table. Saber's sleeping in my room, and Fujin won't be coming since he's working overtime. Sakura and I are the only ones here. Am I watching it because I have nothing to do? Sakura's moving briskly about the kitchen, and she looks like she's having fun. Her familiar hair and her crimson ribbon. She handles the plates, she holds the heavy kitchen knife, and places the cabbage on the cutting board. She cuts it with a yell. Sakura tenses up every time she starts to cut something, but she keeps cooking like she's used to it after that. Weird. I watch it absent-mindedly. The evening living room. A daily life here with Sakura, where time passes slowly. I suddenly realize how hard this life is to obtain. It must be because I'll be going into battle at night. I finally realize how important this time is for me. Yeah, I have to protect Sakura. I don't know what Motozokan is planning, but I won't let him touch her. I've come in contact with Sakura too many times in the past few days, causing me to be bewildered about her change. I thought I was confused by her femininity, but that's wrong. If I'm confused, it started long before that. I hear her humming in the kitchen. These simple, trivial things are important to me. I pour myself a third cup of tea and watch the red-tinted scenery. Maybe there's some alcohol in the tea because the passing time feels slow and tender. God, I wish that were me. But it's time to make a choice. The town falls asleep. It's just past 10 o'clock, but it seems like it's midnight. It must be because of all the unexplained comas. There are no lights, and nobody's walking around. Finding the shadow investigating it. Archer's master has given us quite the reckless request. Yeah, we gotta do it. Are you against it, Saber? I told you my opinion this morning. So, do you have any clues? We might find ourselves being the target if we wander about aimlessly. Clue, huh? Not really positive, but... Let's go investigate Ryudo Temple. Investigate Ryudo Temple, there it is. Let's go to the temple again. I noticed that Astro was acting weird. I think there's something there. There's a couple somethings there. Yes, that mountain is filled with an ominous presence. The land there is the spiritual focus of this town. It is worth investigating, regardless of whether the shadow is there or not. And it's decided. Let's make tracks. We walk to the gate. We can reach the temple in an hour, if we hurry. We don't have any time to lose, but... Saber? Saber's looking at the outbuilding. She's looking at Sakura's room, where Sakura should be now sleeping. Shiro, I have something to discuss with you. It follows this morning's conversation. You mean about Sakura? Yes, Sakura's guilty conscience is too strong. She had a tendency to trying to atone for her sins in the present rather than the future. She must be talking about the quarrel they had yesterday. Saber said Sakura was right, so Sakura had no reason to worry about it. But Sakura said that she is still at fault, went and apologized to Saber, and Saber apologized to her instead. Sakura and Saber. A lot of S names here. Saber must be worried about the difference in their thought process. What do you mean? Sakura places too much blame upon herself. She punishes herself for her errors instead of correcting them. She brands herself with a dishonor rather than working to recover her honor. She burdens herself in a good way and a bad way. She talks with disgust. Sounds like she's talking about herself more than Sakura. It was clear to me last night. She's special when she is with you, but I believe she behaves differently in other circumstances. Sakura is liberated from her guilty conscience only when she is with you. That is the source of her concern. Sakura should be able to live with pride without needing to rely on another. I see. Sakura certainly is too shy. I should be more careful. Now that Saber mentions it, it's not healthy for a girl Sakura's age to always be busy helping around the house. She says it's fun to be here, but she should at least go outside and hang out once in a while. Thanks for looking out for Sakura, Saber. I'm really happy that you're worried about her when she has nothing to do with the Grail War. Yeah, nothing to do with it, anyway. No, I also have a guilty conscience, so it did not seem like someone else's business. Oh, but hold on, Saber. Let's go together. We head to the gate together. We head outside within the silence, trying not to wake Sakura. We climb over the no trespassing fences of the temple. The Vyudo Temple is now treated as important material evidence in the coma incident, and no one's allowed to enter. The night air is not any different. It's warm, and smells like ripe fruit. Let's go in, Saber. Yes. Please be careful, Shiro. I know. Tell me right away if you feel anything dangerous. We go through the compound and climb up to the entryway. The wooden hallway is dark, and the floor creaks with each step. Nothing seems strange. How about you, Saber? It is the same for me, but I am sure this area is abnormal. We are surrounded by a different common sense ever since we came on this mountain. It is abnormal because this mountain is filled with magical energy, so we do not find it abnormal. You're right. Alright, let's look around a little bit more. This temple has a lake behind it. There should be more buildings over there. It is said that a dragon lives in the lake. That may be a clue into the place people consider holy. We go out to the hallway and head behind the temple. At that instant, Shiro! Saber? I'm shoved back into the temple by Saber. I realize Saber has pushed me. I try to go back out into the hallway and the exit is shut firmly by Saber. Saber? Hey, what are you doing? You idiot! I bang on the door. I don't know what kind of magic it is, but the door is hard to steal. Hey, what are you doing? Open the door, Saber! The door refuses to budge even when I throw my weight against it. And from the other side of the steel-like door... Please protect yourself there, Shiro. This opponent will only target you. What? Who's the enemy? Is it the Shadow? No, but the servant is a natural enemy of Master's. I'm sorry, but I cannot protect you if you're at the battleground. I have to fight Assassin one-on-one or he'll just kill you first. Assassin? I didn't even sense him. Even if the air is strange here, the servant's presence is a different matter. The magical energy should be apparent if a servant takes form near us. Even if he hid his presence, I should be able to tell. I should be able to tell, let alone Saber. I'll finish the battle in one blow. Please do not move until then. Saber's presence fades. Her footsteps are loud. She must have repelled Assassin's attacks as she charged within range. Damn it! I look around. Pick up a stick that's about the size of a wooden sword and strengthen it immediately. I have to make this into a sword and break open the door. An ominous feeling, a mysterious uneasiness fills my mind. This place. It feels like a fatal mistake to leave Saber by herself on this mountain, so I have to hurry and... Huh? The lights go out. No, there was No light to begin with. The moonlight has been blocked off by clouds. I smell something. The smell of rotten meat. The sound of bugs flying around. Mato Zogan. I glare into the darkness. Talk about walking into a trap, young lad. Snicker. It's that old mage. He's hiding somewhere. Saber. I ready the strengthened weapon. I have no fear, even with a centuries-old monster in front of me. The only thoughts in my mind are of concern for Saber. Interlude. 8-2. Saber runs across the hallway to corner the skull mask. The 15 meters between them have been reduced to 5. Saber should be able to close in with one step and slash an enemy along the skull mask. But the enemy knows that as well. He uses projectile weapons because he knows that he'll be no match at close range, and he retreats because he doesn't want her coming near him. Although not as fast as Saber, the skull still retreats at the speed of a running beast. It slithers across the floor, not slowing down even at the corners. Does he have eyes in the back of his head, or is the mask on the back of his head? Assassin steadily retreats. That's a really good tactic. Assassin steadily retreats from his opponent, maintaining the distance between them. A spray of sparks. 3 daggers are released without any motion, but have no effect against Saber. Like Lancer, Saber has protection against projectile weapons. Does she? Lancer reads the course of the projectile attack using the sound of cutting air and enemies' murderous intent. Saber uses the sound of cutting air and her own instincts. Okay, well there we go. Imperceivable attacks are not much of a threat against heroic spirits. It is those attacks that cannot be blocked, even when detected and understood, the fatal ones. In that regard, Lance's lance is appropriate to be called a noble phantasm. A weapon that always strikes the heart without being blocked. A weapon that always strikes the heart cannot be blocked merely by knowing about it. If one is to oppose that demonic lance, one must prepare a shield, overwhelming the magical energy of the lance. Have great enough luck to change the fate determined by the lance, or prevent him from using the lance in the first place. Compared to that, Assassin's daggers are easy to manage. They can be fatal if they strike any vital points, but they're no different from throwing stones. Over 40 dirks have been thrown. Having used up his supply of daggers, Assassin finally stops. Saber stops as well, hesitating. The enemy did not want her to come close, has stopped. There's something for sure. An ominous feeling surrounds Assassin. There's no situation where she can step in without care. Have you given up, Assassin? Saber knows it's best to kill Assassin now, but she takes a step back in spite of that. She should not advance. The instincts she has sharpened over the years that have kept her alive for a long time. Those instincts are screaming. Do not advance. Stay away from the deep darkness. Yes, I have given up, Saber. I am out of ammunition. I was ready to be killed in one blow, so why are you not coming any closer? Saber doesn't answer and raises her sword a bit. She points her sword at her enemy. There are 7 meters between them. It'll take 2 steps to get close enough to strike. As a swordsman, she must close in on her opponent. But she has a secret technique that can be used at all ranges. Though it could really only be used once. Assassin's black cloak flutters. He has no idea where the wind is coming from. So you do not want to talk to me? Well, talk is voluntary. Let me talk as I wish. Assassin's voice is strong and clear, in contrast to his appearance. Saber narrows his eyes, thinking that his voice is similar to that of Lancer's. How did you repel them? I threw my daggers so that you would not be able to see them. Were you able to perceive them? I could not, but I could read their course. I would not be using this sword if I were afraid of what I cannot see. Let's go laugh in agreement. What can he do, throwing black daggers at an opponent armed with an invisible sword? The assassin keeps on laughing, being displayed with a great difference in the strength of their noble phantasms and their levels of heroic spirits. I see. So I was never a match against you. I am an assassin after all. I cannot be expected to match other servants. We are beings that lurk in the shadow. There are no heroic spirits appropriate for this role. What? Therefore our role is to assassinate. We are failures that only specialize in killing the masters, and not the servants. Well, in that regard there is only one target for me. Do you understand, Saber? My actions were all to kill your master.
Shiro.
Exactly. My master is welcoming your master. Even though you have separated me from him, he will soon feed Zoken's worms if you do not hurry. Light emanates from Saber's sword, or rather the golden sword is revealed in its true shape. I hope you're only planning on using Gradiation Air and not full-on Excalibur for this. Oh, so you're hiding your sword with the Curse of the Wind. I see. You can attack me with mere air pressure from there where you're standing. There's no need for you to step into the land of death. The Black Cloak Singer. The prey he was supposed to lure in turns out to have a projectile attack. There's no place for schemes now. If Saber intends to kill Assassin without coming close, then he must close in the distance himself to kill her first. The positions are reversed. Will you step into invisible air? The terrible woman told me to jump into a swarm of locals. Yet a dragon's fury will soon be unleashed. Well, this is a dilemma. The skull mask crawls on the ground. It looks like a spider on the wall. The compressed wind becomes a swirl of vacuum about to be released at Assassin. He must be insane. Does he think he can survive the fatal whirlwind simply by lying on the ground? Well, this should end no matter what. Let me talk before that. You said you can beat me one-on-one, correct? Saber raises her sword. He cannot withdraw even when he is talking. Saber staring at Assassin. If Assassin were to teleport, she would kill him before it even took place. That is why you drew me away from your master. You were correct to protect him from me. Her sword is raised above her head. With this attack poised to strike, Assassin crawls even lower. But did that decision include protecting yourself? An inquiring voice. To that, I am in a hurry. Farewell, Assassin! Saber replies with a single attack. The match is decided. The windstorm is like a heavenly dragon, its serpentine body winding about to devour its prey. There is no chance of defense or evasion. It is like Lancer's lance. It is a blow that cannot be blocked unless one has more magical energy than invisible air. Saber's magical energy is far short of Assassin's magical energy is far short of Saber's. The only way for him to survive the attack was to prevent Saber from releasing it. But it's too late. The whirlwind has been released. His black cloak will be torn to shreds in a mere second after the blade descends. A dislocation of death closes in with a swirl. With that in front of him, God is great! Assassin charges at a wave of vacuum with a yell of delight. I think it was Allahu Akbar? Something like that? Anyway. An attack aimed for the neck. Saber repels it at once, and the black figure vaults overhead to land behind her. You! In a flash, she turns and slashes behind her. But Assassin has already jumped out of range. At the same time. What? The ominous presence she's been feeling has covered the ground beneath her. Well, you were unfortunate in two ways, Saber. The shadow expands. The mud-like pollution invades on her silver. One is affinity. A curse to ward off storms is a necessity for travelers of the desert. The only magic I know is the warding of the wind. And darkness follows the pathway. A shadow that doesn't even reveal itself in spite of the white moonlight. And He sees it dimly through the haze of her fading consciousness. Assassin! You? That's right, Saber. The other is that you chose this place as a battlefield. You should have known something ominous inhabited this place. She cannot even hear Assassin's words. She would disappear in a matter of seconds. The shadow swallows servants. Her body detests it before her fading mind. She doesn't care how. She has to escape, even if she has to use all her magical energy. Only her feet have been engulfed. If she fights with all her power, she can still break free. Even if she may lose most of her magical energy and both her feet, escaping the shadow is the top priority now. But no, you will disappear here, Saber. The shadow is not her only enemy. Skull, watching Saber get swallowed, is death. That finishes her off. So, from the start, you said you could beat me one-on-one. Yes, that was your mistake. You are alone, but there are two on my side. I merely had to distract you. Shadow keeps invading. Her existence rots from her feet. She cannot feel her toes or her feet. Her legs are already something that does not exist in this world. Servants cannot oppose Al-Leal, a true knight. All the more if you are a proper heroic spirit. Even I, who is close to it, get my magical energy drained if I touch it. A genuine like you should lose consciousness just by touching it. That would be a shameful waste. My goal cannot be accomplished if I let you disappear. I shall take your heart. What? You will? Is it strange? I've run out of daggers and I cannot go near the shadow. Do you think it is impossible for me to kill you? Murderous intent lights up in the skull. Faint traces of magical energy gather in his right arm. Assassin's right arm is a stick. A deformed arm without a hand cannot be used as an arm. It cannot hold a dagger, nor can it be used to strike someone. But now, that arm bends. With a snap of breaking bones, it flaps like a tattered wing. Ugh. It is an abomination. What a long arm. The clubbed stump at the end was likely the elbow. The arm was folded back at the elbow, with the hand stitched to Assassin's shoulder. Saber's mind freezes. It'll reach. That arm can reach her. It'll reach her and rip out her heart. His arm flapped, sending a shudder through her body, and cursed arm would thrust like a lance. A sound of cutting meat and gushing blood. Her blood drips onto the floor, staining the shadow in crimson. Madness leaks from the skull mask. The outstretched arm is stained red. After finishing its job, the arm folds back to Assassin. It is severed at the elbow. How dare you do that with your dying body of yours? Opera's sword falls to the ground. Assassin's cursed arm did not reach Saber. Saber's sword has cut the cursed arm before it could gouge out the reflected image of her heart. No matter how cornered she may be, Assassin's double phantasm is still not enough to kill Saber. No. As she is Black Lancer's lance, which works to cause an effect, she cannot allow herself to be defeated just by a cursed arm. This was the last act of resistance. She has put the power to escape into the attack. She has no power to escape now, and even if she did, it is too late. The ominous presence now emanates from within herself. The shadow has invaded her legs, and is now up to her waist. She's becoming a part with this darkness, which swallows up even the moonlight. Then, everything's too late. Shadow creeps up, As her vision fades, the silver swordsman. Forgive me. Cheer out. And just one last apologetic gasp before sinking into the deep mud. Interlude mount. Montezoken is standing there, his figure just like before. His body, which Arthur sliced in two before my eyes, is whole again. The old mage, that could only wait for death, is laughing, as if the event were an illusion. I don't know how he did it, but if he really did recover from that state, it's more on a level of restoration than recovery. It's not just healing a wound. It takes great magic to restore a piece of one's body that has been lost. Then, isn't this called immortality? Well, what do you intend with a single piece of wood, child? I stand there while pointing the strengthened stick at Zoken. I can't charge at Zoken, nor can I retreat to follow Saber. If Zoken is immortal, a scrap of wood will never be able to match him. You could light it on fire, I guess. Will you try to kill me? Or will you go after your servants? Either way, nothing stops until you move. Something is squirming around the old mage as he speaks. It's not just his surroundings, though. The darkness itself is moving, blocking the moonlight. Worms. I can tell even though I can't see them. The darkness is probably swarms of worms. The walls of this temple are covered in something darker than darkness itself. The space is filled with the sound of creeping worms and the smell of rotten meat. Why do you hesitate? Your little alliance cut me in half only yesterday. Did you not cooperate with Tosaka specifically to kill me? It's obvious he's enjoying this. You can't fight off thousands of worms with just a stick. I'll be swarmed with those worms once Zoken gives the order. Or maybe. I might be able to escape if I sprint for the exit. They are just worms, even if it is a horde of them. It should take them more than a few seconds to kill a human being. Alright. I shall wait as long as you want. You can believe in Saber's return and wait here, try to kill me with that weapon of yours, or shake off my worms and try to escape outside. You could choose how you want to die. Seems like he has no intention of letting me go. The worms increase in number as we stand there glaring at one another. Then... I don't know that Saber's coming back. Zoken ain't exactly dying with a stick. Command spell? Did that do anything? I don't... As a rule, I don't want to use command spells without, like... We really got 3. And I'm pretty sure he used up one in the prologue, still. I don't know, let's see a command spell. Should I use the command spell? I don't think Saber will lose to Assassin. But this situation is too ominous. We're fighting this ancient monster. It's too dangerous to have Saber by herself. Oh, you've suppressed your poorly made murderous intent. It seems you have a plan. He laughs, mocking me. He's looking down on me, not caring what plan I have. Fine. Laugh all you want. If the command spell can answer the Master's wish, I am ready to use them all to bring Saber here. Saber! I concentrate on my left hand while glaring at Zoken. I have only one command. To summon Saber to my side. Huh? Even if he realizes what's happening, it's too late. Heat lights up in my left hand. The concentrated magical energy is released as I wish, and... the command spell loses its color with a slight pain. What? I want to think it's because I failed. I want to think that I used it wrong because I don't know how to use it. Heh. It seems like it's over already. You surprised me. You shortened my life by 10 years. He laughs. I hear wind in the distance like a death cry. I feel a pain on my left hand. My left hand is prickling. My command spell loses its heat as if it's bleeding. No way. I have a bad feeling. I have a bad feeling. Oh, this feeling. Just so bad. Pain on my left hand. The sound of wind has stopped. The old mage is laughing with murderous intent that almost is visible. That's the truth. You should be able to tell as a master that your servant has been eliminated from this world. My brain stops. My vision freezes. What is this guy saying? Why are you shocked? Saber has died. She has been defeated by Assassin. One can take lightly as a weaker opponent. Can you not tell that simple fact? What? What the hell is he talking about? My left hand hurts. My left hand really does hurt, but my command spell's still there. It's fading, but it's still there. Then Saber should be coming any second now. Don't. Then let us end things here. There's still uses for the daughter of Tosaka, but you have no more use. You can die along with Saber on my holy land. Talk shit, damn it! I run. I charge at the enemy in front of me as if to shake off the ominous thought and the pain in my left hand. Ah! Hello? Okay. That was weird. I charge at Zoken and swing my weapon with full force. I swing my weapon down onto his head. But something obstructs me and my body is flung away. Ah! My back slams against the wall. I must have been hit in the stomach as I can't breathe. My back is numb as if scorched with fire. I hear worms crawling about in my ear. The worms by the wall scatter to avoid being crushed by my landing. Even the squirming sounds have a mocking tone. You've made it, Assassin. Then I shall leave the kid to you as well. This is an easy task compared to Saber, so enjoy it all you want. Zoken disappears, and in his place, a white skull mask is smiling in the darkness. That must be the servant assassin. An assassin with a black outfit and a white mask, appropriate for Mata Zoken. I'm gonna die. Pain on my left hand, my numb mind. My heart accepts the death coming in the next moment and pounds loudly. And I accept the weapons thrown at my forehead, throat, heart, and stomach. I mean, that's all in a line. You could probably, roll out all the way to that. I mean, I know it's fast, but, yeah. A flash of silver light repels the weapons. 4 daggers that tried to take my life are blocked with the sword. There's only one person who could do such a thing. My left hand still hurts. The command spell is still there. Then... Saber! Fool! Did he not kill Saber? I raise my head. The one who has come to protect me from the white masked servant is... What? A servant dressed in black, just like Assassin. Right? There's no doubt about it. That's Shinji's servant, Ryder. Why is she here? Why did she save me? Are you going to oppose me? I don't care, Assassin! Kill her too if she gets in our way! The skull answers Zoken's screamed command. The long hair flutters. Ryder silently turns to Assassin and... She confronts the daggers that are fired like rain. They move too quickly for mere human eyes to follow. The masked figure leaps about the temple. He jumps from the floor to the wall to the ceiling, and then to the ceiling to the floor, hurling daggers from each position. Coming in all directions, the daggers can neither be blocked nor avoided. The relentless onslaught carpets the floor in knives within seconds. Ryder can't manage this. I know how strong she is from the battle with Saber. Assassin's attack is something that even Saber would have trouble blocking. It's natural for Ryder, who was defeated by Saber in one blow, to not be able to cope with the attack. The White Skull mercilessly fires his weapons. It looks like an attack containing irritation. What? I realized the abnormality after the superiority is made clear. They have not hit her. Not a single one of the daggers has struck its target. No. The voice comes from overhead. Apparently out of knives, Assassin looks down at his enemy with undisguised loathing. There. It's the pose everyone draws her in. It's one giant serpent. It's gonna be weird for her to move around like her head. Anyway, I can't believe it. So many. Ryder evaded the countless daggers with pure speed. It's different from when she saved me. Ryder avoided all the daggers while crawling on the ground, as if saying there's no need to repel them. What are you playing around for, Assassin? You don't need to go so easy just because she's my grandson's servant. Finish her! I cannot do that. She's different from before. Assassin glares at Ryder while clinging to the ceiling. Ryder's different from before. Her magical energy and coercion is on a whole nother level. Even if she's not as strong as Saber, she certainly is stronger than Assassin. Why? Ryder doesn't answer, but her body sinks even lower. The instant I realize her movement is a gesture to aim at her prey. Ryder jumps to the ceiling, and Assassin jumps down to the floor, their blades clashing in midair. Ooh. They land facing away from each other. Ryder is unwounded. In contrast, Ryder's dagger is piercing Assassin's shoulder. I can't pull it out! Assassin tries to pull out the dagger in his shoulder. Then, with a clanking of chains... What? Ryder hurls Assassin through the air. Skull Mask lets out a scream of anguish. Not saying a word, Ryder continues to mercilessly swing Assassin about the room. It's just like a flail. Jesus Christ. Unable to do anything, Assassin is smashed against every surface in the room, his limbs bending in all directions. Oh. I duck to avoid Assassin, coming from around in a whirlwind. This isn't on the level of being strong. After flailing Assassin to her content, she uses the centrifugal force and lets go. It's a hammer throw. Assassin, his bow is broken, is thrown against a wall head first. Oh. He flies away. Like a piece of lifeless trash, the masked servant bounces through the compound, out the gate, and down the stairs, leaving a trail of blood behind him. Oh. Wow. How brutal. I'm sure servants aren't so weak as to die from that, but he should be unable to continue fighting at the very least. Ooh. Soken's presence disappears. The old mage must think he's at a disadvantage, since he flees after snarling a curse at Ryder. The worms that were squirming in the corner disappear following their master. Oh boy. I'm brought back to my senses by the pain in my stomach where Assassin hit me. Only Ryder and I are in the temple now. I take a deep breath to try and calm down. Then I realize that the only pain I feel is in my stomach and back. Say. Instinctively, I know what that means. Brr. I endure the dizziness as I head out the hallway. To the hallway. Please wait. It's dangerous. Hold on. Please wait. It's dangerous to go alone. There's no enmity coming from Ryder. It seems like she actually came to help me. Why? I don't care why she saved me. More importantly, you're Shinji's servant. Why did you save me? I want to get there quickly. So why am I taking my time? My orders are not to let you die. I only obeyed my master. I see. That's fine. I don't believe her, but it's good that I got an answer. More importantly, I have to hurry to go there. Raider sprites. I understand right away that this is the place. The corridor is dead silent. The whole place is destroyed as if a storm passed by. In it is a small red stain on the only part of the ground that hasn't been destroyed. I can't tell whose blood this is, but my legs lose strength the instant I see it, and I crumple to my knees. I reach out and touch it. The blood is dry, and it doesn't stick to my fingers. I'm pretty sure that's Assassin's blood, just saying. For when she cut off his arm. The only thing the stain tells me is that she disappeared here. My role is to protect you, Shira. How many times did I hear that line? Those words were a comfort and sorts of worry. She only cared about me. She never said anything about protecting herself. I scratch at the mark. Saber fought here and fell here. That's what happens in battle. I knew before I made a contract with her that this would be a battle to the death. I accepted the fact and took her hand, and she merely answered me. Saber. The girl who protected me, even though she was smaller than me. When I told her I wanted to put priority in the Black Shadow over the Holy Grail, she simply nodded, ignoring the premonitions of the end. And it's the result. I lost her. I lost my rights as a master, and I'm back to just being an amateur. I'm now alone with no means of fighting. I have to carry through with what I have to do. Then I have to go. I slowly rubbed the bloodstain one last time. That's it. I don't bow or thank her, and let my fingers go. Pain assails my left hand, and it disappears. The moment I acknowledge her death and say goodbye, the command spell on my left hand disappears without a trace. One does not lose the command spell just because one has lost the servant. It only disappears when the mage loses his rights to be a master. I see. So I don't know what happened here tonight. There's only one certainty. I lost Saber, and lost my rights as a master. I leave the Rito Temple. My stomach and back seem to be wounded badly, but I'm not worried about the pain right now. I shall see you home. It is dangerous to walk alone at night, even when the enemy is gone. What? Stop unintentionally. All of Ryder's words tonight are unexpected. I don't get it. Is that also an order from your master? No, I have received no such command. This is my personal choice. It is a whim of mine, nothing more. I see. Well, I'll believe you in that case. But you don't have to walk me home. We're enemies. I can't be further in debt to you. Enemies? So you still have the will to fight us? Even though you're not a mage and have lost your servant? I don't answer her. First of all, I never said I'm out of the war. Okay, I understand. Then please be careful on your way home. Her long hair flutters. Ryder heads to the mountain gate ahead of me. Is it because she looks so defenseless? Thanks. I mutter something I forgot to tell her earlier. What? She turns around looking surprised. I'm embarrassed to see a reaction like that, but I have to properly thank her. What did you just say? She's asking me seriously, too. It's awkward to stare at her straight on, so I avert my gaze. I said thank you. I would have died if you hadn't saved me. As you can see, I can't give anything in return right now, so I have to at least thank you. Please do not mind. I only obeyed my orders. I will kill you immediately if my master's order changes. With those cold, emotionless words, Ryder disappears through the mountain gate. Thought so. That's why I told her I wouldn't take any favors. I start walking after Ryder disappears. I can think later as to why Ryder saved me. It takes about an hour to get home. I have to shake off the lingering memory of her in that short time. I return to the house. It's already past 1. Put my hand over my mouth and cough up blood. My stomach still hurts from Assassin's attack, and my back still burns from hitting the wall. I don't know how. Oh, he doesn't have Avalon anymore, so getting hurt hurts. I don't know just how badly wounded my stomach is, but I bet my back is just scratched. The wounds that healed so quickly before aren't healing at all. I see. Back to my old self again. When I had my contract with Saber, wounds healed themselves. But that's lost. Even a slight wound could prove fatal now.
Senpai.
Then, when I go into the front hallway, I find Sakura waiting for me. Sakura? What are you doing up so late? Did I wake you up?
No, I just couldn't sleep. I noticed your shoes weren't here, so I was wondering where you went.
Oh, just taking a walk. Come to think of it, the light was on when I came home. But was Sakura waiting here the whole time? Sakura, were you waiting by the door this whole time?
Huh? No, that's not true. I got up to go to the bathroom, and I just happened to be by the door when you came.
You're using the main building bathroom? I'm pretty sure the outbuilding has one. She was waiting here. It's been over 3 hours since Saber and I left. Maybe Sakura noticed right away and was waiting here all this time. An hour to get there, I guess an hour for things to go down, and then an hour to get back.
Anyway, do you want some tea? It's a bit late, but you'll get your spirit back if you drink warm tea and relax.
I'm surprised. Sakura's really bushy right now. That must look really terrible if she's forcing herself to act this way. Yeah, please. I'm home. I'm sorry I went out without telling you. I take off my shoes and go into the hallway. I hold my aching stomach and head to the living room, with me in front of her.
Yes. Welcome home, Senpai.
Sakura looks relieved. Ouch! I wince with pain, but lie on the cushion and bear it. The disinfectant keeps stinging my back. The sizzling sound makes it feel like I'm getting my back scorched. That hurts, Sakura. I think it's enough disinfectant. Just wipe around the wound and put gauze on it.
No, we have to disinfect it properly because your back is all red. And it's natural that it hurts. You came home with such a big wound, so please bear it.
Ow! Is it because the Archie Club or Fujini that she's merciless towards injured people?
Does it hurt anywhere else, Senpai?
No, I only hurt my stomach and back. Everything else is fine.
I see. Then I'll have to put some gauze on and tape it up.
Sakura handles the first aid kit with practiced ease. She looks so intent on it, I don't want to interrupt. Well, let's explain why this is happening. It's because I threw up in the tea. I drank because it stung my stomach. I didn't want Sakura to find out, but that really gave it away. I had no choice but to tell her how badly I was hurt, and now she's treating me. Well, she wasn't that much of a devil to begin with.
Eh? You hurt your stomach?
When I showed her my stomach, she was blushing so badly that she couldn't treat me. Are you okay with this, Sakura? I can treat myself, so you don't really have to push yourself. Besides, my back is even worse.
It's alright. I'll do it. Please let me do it.
She was so flustered that I was half expecting her to faint when she saw the wound on my back.
Senpai, please take off your shirt.
I didn't want to stop Sakura since I couldn't treat my own back. I did as I was told and let her treat me. Still, it was so bad that she couldn't do anything for a while. He stared at it for a few minutes and started treating me after a gulp.
I'm starting.
That was 20 minutes ago. It's past 2. Sakura's careful treatment's about to end.
Okay, it's all done now. Here's a new shirt, so please put this on.
Huh? It's done already? Thanks, Sakura.
You're welcome. Thank you for your patience.
I put on the new shirt and take a deep breath. There's not much to be done about my stomach, but my back feels much better. I'll sleep face down tonight, and hopefully it'll be better by tomorrow. Well, let's get some sleep. Sorry to keep you so late.
No, it's fine, but
Sakura hangs her head. Seems like she wants to say something, but can't. Sakura, did something happen while I was out?
Senpai, did Saber-san go home?
Oh, yeah. I get dizzy for a second. Did Saber-san go home? When I hear the words from someone else, the reality of it finally sinks in. Yeah, I know it was sudden, but she went home. She's not coming back. I endure my dizziness and answer calmly. It's not like the stupid question. Of course she wouldn't think something happened if Saber, who was here 4 hours ago, was gone. But I have to put on a strong face and act like nothing's wrong. Saber was talking about you before she went away. She said you should take it easy, because you're the type that thinks too hard.
I see. I wish you could have told her goodbye, since we just made up.
Can't even nod to that. Saber disappeared before I could even say goodbye. The fact makes my heart so heavy that I want to vomit. A collaborator for only 6 days. My partner for only 6 days. How can I repay her? The Lord for only 6 days.
I'm glad. Ever since she came, you've been getting injured all the time. But now everything's back to normal.
What?
Isn't that right? I won't ask you what you were doing, but you were going out to help Saber-san, right? Now that she's gone, you're not going to be exposed to danger anymore.
You're wrong. I'm going to keep going out at night, even though Saber's gone. Uh, it's not like I was helping Saber. Saber was helping me. I stand up. My attention is gone now that the treatment is over. I'm getting sleepy.
Uh, Senpai?
Good night, Sakura. And while we're on the topic, I'll be leaving my house a lot more often starting tomorrow, but you can keep using this place like you've been. I'll go home late like tonight, but I don't want you to worry and go to sleep. Please don't wait by the door for me like you did tonight.
Okay. Good night, Senpai.
I rest my body. I didn't feel it until now, but I'm dead tired. Drowsiness overtakes me the moment I lay down. But before I do so, I glare into the darkness to prepare myself. What Saber lost against, and what I should be fighting. I have to accept them here and now. It's just to think about it. My body's trembling, and my mind is about to lose against anger or fear. What I have to fight against. It's that shadow. That thing that attacks people without discrimination. That black shadow that even Saber and Archer fear. I know with certainty, even though I didn't see it. That is what defeated Saber. Assassin can't beat Saber. So there's something at the temple that can defeat her. It's that shadow. I have to beat that thing that beats Saber. On top of that, I'll have to deal with Zoken and Assassin. Zoken said there's no use for me now that I'm no longer a master. But so long as I stay in the Grove or in search for the shadow, Zoken will continue to haunt me. A shiver runs through my body. Saber is not with me anymore. I have no miracle that heals my wounds, and the only weapon I have is magic as a half-assed mage. I know this is a reckless, suicidal choice. I decided to fight. I said I'll become a superhero. I lost Saber because of that. I walked in Kiritsugu's footsteps ever since the fire because of that. My only option is to stop the war so such a disaster will not occur again. So this will be the only night that I tremble in fear. When my mood heals, the morning comes. I have to act strong so the girl who disappeared can be proud of me. Interlude 833. The girl returns to her room. She walks with heavy steps to her bed and sits on it.
Senpai, he's so badly injured and still.
She doesn't know what happened. The boy looks as lifeless as a starving man, and his body was covered with wounds. The golden-haired girl who first appeared here several days ago has not returned. From this, she can tell that something has happened that can never be undone. The boy is hiding something, and the golden-haired girl will not return as a result. Things don't matter. For her, such things are trivial. She doesn't know what happened, but it's fine as long as the boy is safe. For her, having Emiyashiro come home is an unparalleled joy. Oh yeah, that's right.
Wait, is it cold today?
She shivers and brings her head up to her forehead. Hot. Her body's burning up, and she has to fight to remain conscious. Must be like cold. She rarely gets sick, but after waiting in the hallway for nearly 3 hours, it's hardly a surprise. Yeah, she woke up almost immediately. Got it. With sluggish movements, she reaches over and turns off the light. She lets herself fall to the bed, lacking even the energy to change clothes.
It's fine. This is nothing compared to what Senpai's going through.
The girl recalls what she saw a few minutes ago. The wounds on his back, almost as if the flesh had been grated. Blackening bruise on his stomach. His eyes, still strong and clear, in spite of his condition. Her temperature rises as she remembers. The girl pretends not to notice that it stems from the hatred she feels.
Who could do such a thing?
Yes. She doesn't know who did it, but she can't forgive this person. It's not temporary dislike or annoyance. He has been wounded all this time, but he had stayed beautiful. He cannot forgive anyone that hurt someone important to her.
But Senpai's back was amazing.
She reaches out her hand in a daze. It's been a while since she last saw his naked skin so close. When they first met, he was small for a boy, and that was about as tall as her. But in the 2 years since then, he's grown into a man. A man? It's different from when he collapsed from a cold. Back then, it was a cold and nothing more. Tonight, it was the body of a wounded man.
Senpai.
Thinking about it causes her to space out. He must train without a day's rest. His body's sturdily built, without even an ounce of useless muscle. His graceful build is like that of an antelope, and has the beauty of having inner strength, one that allows it to jump up precipices that is not apparent.
Yeah. His chest was broad. He was a real man.
Her outstretched fingers run across the chest that is not there. She unconsciously runs her fingers across his body. They run from his chest to the nape of his neck. Crawling across the bed sheets, her fingers travel up to the lips and... Oh, her face turns bright red.
Stupid me.
She quickly pulls her hand back. You know what that music means! Oh, I'm reading something weird later. She even turns her ears red and curls up in the bed. It shouldn't be this embarrassing, but her memory is too vivid. The feel of his skin beneath her fingertips only made her imagination more concrete.
Senpai.
She clenches her fingers tightly. Her face, fingers, and body grow feverish. He can only think of one thing. She brings her fist up to her chest as if embracing the sensation remaining on her fingertips.
Senpai.
She bears the feverish heat boiling up inside her. If she lets this heat overtake her, she will not be able to stop. If that happens, even the single thought that she clings to will become unthinkable.
I'm sorry.
The confusion and guilt towards the boy corner her ear even further. His wounded body, just thinking of the traces of blood on his back, makes her dizzy. The girl who won't be coming back, the realization that once again, he's all hers. Many lies. The dark emotions, unthinkable of her usual self, draw her down to a darker place, as if to show her the joy awaiting her at its depths.
Senpai,
Saying the word, she tries to shut out the dark emotions. How long will she be able to keep them out? She hugs herself hard enough to hurt her chest. The thoughts seethe inside the girl's heart. What she's truly glad about, what really relieves her, is that the boy has come back to her.
just having him back is enough. But Senpai,
But it's not enough. Tonight made that clear. He cares for her, but he tries to protect her by keeping her away.
no, Senpai, I want you to be next to me.
She put her thought into words. She knows it's a greedy wish. It's a wish she could never speak of. A wish that will never come true, and for that reason,
I'm sorry, Senpai.
she repents aloud. She repents her vulgarity of being pleased that the boy was hurt. She repents that she wasted his efforts to protect her for the sake of her own delight. It must be a betrayal for someone like her to want to be with him. So, she apologizes. The repentance and apology cool off her fever. Breathing noises. She curls up in bed, soaked with sweat. Her self-loathing awakens her from her strangely excited heat. Though her fever cools, a heavy worry remains. The wounded body. He said he intends to continue fighting even after receiving such wounds.
What should I do? Senpai's going to get hurt even more like this.
She thinks as her body sweats. It's a worry without an answer, a problem the girl cannot solve. She cannot come up with a way to stop him, even if she thinks all night. But
I see. I just have to keep him from going outside.
she reaches a simple answer with a calm voice. Delighted by her sudden insight, she smiles and...
Right. You won't get in any more danger if you're hurt so badly that you can't walk.
whispers to herself with a sigh of relief. Interlude 8-4. One into another. It's a room that smells of stone. The light is not artificial, but natural. The lamp's flame shines on the man's back and illuminates the parchment in his hand. Is that a report from the association? You certainly are a busy man, Kotomine. The voice comes from behind him without revealing its source. The man on the chair, Kotomine Kyrie, moves on to his next task without the slightest reaction. Oh, so this is about that usurper. 7 victims with 5 dead. Is this a lot from the supervisor's perspective, Kotomine? Is this a lot for the supervisor, Kotomine? I can't say as much at this moment, but this is the first instance of a large-scale unconsciousness. There's no problem if it stays this way. Neither association is aware of the necessary cleanup measures. But if it continues at this pace, huh? I do not know who's doing this, but they're being quite brazen. Have you realized, Kotomine? If nothing is done, this town will become barren of life. Kotomine does not answer. He knows what the man wants to say. The strange shadow that appeared in this town. It is only sucking up life force right now, but the amount is increasing by the day. The abnormality that first surfaced 2 days ago will exceed the regulated allowance in a few days. For the moment, it only causes this dyspnea. I've never seen nor heard that word before, but it should soon be enough to kill even a healthy adult male in one night. But that is needless worry. It should not be an amateur, so it should know its limits. Is that so? That worm user does not seem like it. But such a person will become a curse if they do not take care of it quickly. It is not my style to watch people in this town die. The statement... Oh, the other way around. Okay, never mind. You know it. This statement takes Kotomine by surprise. This man, who does not care about anyone else, is a concern for the people. I'm surprised. What's going on, Gilgamesh? It should not be surprising. I do not like it when people are killed by someone besides me. People will lose their way with boring crime and punishment. Such pain is not entertaining at all. I see. Then you are indeed a heroic spirit. You use death to save people from the agony of life. Then your wish is death? Of course. This age is filled with meaningless, worthless people. Exterminating them will be doing them a service. His scorning voice is filled with absolute dominance and dignity. The priest does not stop his work as he listens. I see. You can use the Holy Grail if that is what you wish. It'll be yours unless someone who can defeat you appears. Do you not have a wish, Kodamine? Not a clear one. The only thing I have is the desire for clear pleasure. I see, so you only have pleasure. The man starts laughing at the simple answer. It's as if he's delighted and proud at his partner. Alright, I shall kill because they're disgusting, and you shall kill because it's fun. Our motives are different, but we seek the same thing from the Grail. That is why you have kept me. It must be why you kept me there. The priest doesn't answer. He just continues his work. Ha! I don't even care if you do nothing. I shall do as I please. The man's presence disappears. The priest glances at the exit of the silent stone room. He seems insane, but he's still sane at the core. Seems the mud wasn't able to pollute his soul. King of Heroes, Gilgamesh. The Golden Serpent is the most powerful being at this point in time. The fact is accepted as truth by all. Even Kotomine, the game master himself, does not doubt it. But there are worthless things, but there are no meaningless things. Beware, King of Heroes. If there is something that will bring you defeat, it will be just that. This monologue does not reach anyone. Lit by the dim light, the priest resembles a prophet seeing into the future. And that's that. Alright. Another one in the bag. Sakura's getting some threatening but interesting ideas. Very, yeah. If anybody's been following my Slay the Princess playthrough, you know, you might have an idea as to my proclivities, but that doesn't need to be talked about right now. We are at the end of our night. Is it? Remember? Yeah, there it is. Okay, cool. Um, just so you guys know, you may or may not have already noticed, but there's a couple things a little bit different about the layout. I think I have them listed as borders, bumpers. There's something different about them. The Photoshop document that I edit to make the bumpers different every time. They didn't get deleted. Did like something fucky happened with it. I don't know how else to explain it. Like it's there, but it won't open properly. It just keeps trying to open up a blank Photoshop document. Anyway, it doesn't work anymore, so I had to do it from scratch. I'm pretty sure it has something to do with the same reason as to why I was unable to properly record. Properly record those two videos like 2-3 weeks ago. But I mean, it's nothing you guys need to worry about. It's just thought I'd bring it up. But yeah, that brings us to the end of our night. I hope you guys had a lovely time. I hope you guys take care of yourselves in the meantime. And you know, remember to be kind to future self. That's going to be you eventually. You can't just leave shit for them just because you don't want to do it yourself. Sometimes you gotta take those hits. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye now.